G'day guys, happy Christmas. I'd love to know if you're wrapping presents while you're watching this. So today's video is not going to be a wrapping hacks video. I am literally going to be wrapping them so that the kids can easily open them. So I've got my supplies, I've picked up some Christmas tags, Christmas paper. This is the first year that the kids are kind of really into it. 3-year-old is really into it. Like when I said, oh, what do you want from Santa? She said presents. So I'm like, awesome, you can definitely provide presents. And as I mentioned in what I got my kids Christmas video, the kids are getting them presents for each other. So I'm going to keep it simple though wrapping these. I thought I would just use a pillowcase. This is what my daughter is getting from her brother. So I just thought I would wrap it up, put a pipe cleaner and then just put a sticker on it.
I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to.
And then this afternoon she can do the same for her brother, but I'm going to get her involved in that. So I'll pop that under the tree. I'm actually going to do the same to wrap one of Dave's presents. I'm just going to show one just in case he's watching. Don't look now. But I got him this 8-kilo kettlebell. So I'm just going to pop this in a pillowcase and keep it easy.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here.
And I forgot to grab the scissors. So I put out on one of my Vlogmas videos, which it's been a bit crazy Vlogmas to be honest. Like I've never done a video a day. And there's a reason for it. It just takes so much time. But I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to provide some daily content for you guys. So I did it. And like I said, what a learning experience.
We have our ups and downs, but
This isn't the wrapping paper that just glides. It just tears. A recent video if you had any questions, and Mary, you put a question there, so thank you. Her question was, what's your favorite traditional family Christmas thing to do? The first thing that popped into my head was when I'm staying at my parents' place, I like to oh dear. As we learned in another video, I am not the best at talking and wrapping or talking and cleaning. So let me just answer this and then I'll wrap a little bit more. So my favorite Christmas family tradition is on Christmas Eve, if I'm staying at my parents' place, then we would go down to Phillip Island to the beach, have a bit of fun at the beach, have fish and chips on the beach, and I just loved that. That was just a really special memory growing up. Unfortunately, we can't do it this year. We're catching up with them after Christmas. But yeah, that's one of my favourite family memories, was going down to the beach and having fish and chips. I'd love to read in the comments your Christmas traditions. And it looks like I'm in the middle of the winter. I've got a long sleeve top and pants on. It's actually cold today. It's been raining overnight and it's just taking a while to warm up. Dave's taken the kids out. So I've just got about an hour to wrap all these presents.
when there's love, there's always a way.
So on each one, because I'm going to be doing heaps of them, I thought I'd also do some positive affirmations. And the great thing about using a Sharpie is I can just write wherever I want to, because it all stands out. So I've really loved our community this year. It's been so much fun chatting in the comments and learning the tips in homemaking, whether it be cooking or cleaning. It's just been fantastic. But I'd really love to know why you subscribe to this channel. What do you love about being here? What kind of videos do you love watching? What kind of videos do you watch the whole way through from beginning to end? This year for me, my YouTube channel has really changed from a hobby to a business, to a part-time job, which I am just so grateful for. And it's thanks to you guys. So I'm actually not going to do any videos between Christmas and New Year's. I'm just going to take a break. Tomorrow's video is going to be a cleaning video, and I'm going to be donating the ad revenue to a charity, which I mentioned in my recent Instant Clean with me, and just asked you to give a thumbs up in the comments on a particular charity that you wanted to donate to. And a couple of you guys have, so thank you for letting me know. But I kind of believe in that saying, if you don't have a target, then you don't kind of hit anything, because you don't know what you're aiming for. So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to reflect on 2020 and what a year it has been, and work out where we're going to go next year, where I'm going to put my focus. So it does really help if you let me know in the comments below. At the moment, one of my videos is just taking off, how to play with a baby 0 to 3 months, and there is a lot of people that are finding that content really valuable. And so I probably will be doing a few more baby videos in what I have learned. I know one of you mentioned about having a toilet training video, and I initially wasn't keen to do that because I really didn't want to make it about my daughter, but I've been thinking through, and I reckon I can do a video where I share tips and things that I've learned that you can apply to your kids, but my daughter is not going to be the focus. The focus will be sharing with you some tips that can help with your kids. As you know, if you've been around here, I stopped showing my daughter's face when she was 18 months. I just wanted to get away from that family vlogging. This is kind of my business, not hers. So that's what I'm going to work through. And I encourage the same for you. Have you got financial goals for next year? Have you got mental health goals for next year? Have you got family goals for next year? And being really specific. One of my goals for my YouTube channel was to consistently make $500 a month from it. The amount of time I put into it, that was how I started at the start of the year. And when I reached that, one of my videos actually took off. It was DIY hand sanitizer from like 3 years ago when the pandemic hit in February and March. It just skyrocketed and it just took off. And so it really kind of opened my eyes, and I was like, wow, it was such a short video, which from a lot of YouTube tips I'd heard of doesn't necessarily mean you'll make a lot of money from it. And I did. And then I changed my goal to work out to being the equivalent of what I make in my health job for the month. And in November, I managed to achieve that. And so that is thanks to you guys. But the year before, one of my financial goals was I made this hashtag Sell September. The aim was to go around our house and sell as much as what we could on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, and I was aiming to make $500 from selling items, and I made more than that. So find a goal within your life. It might be spending more time with a particular person. As you can see with those goals, they were very specific. So for your own situation, try and make it a really specific goal that's realistic and within a time frame. In 2020, my word of the year was generous, and I had it up in the laundry all year, and it was fantastic. It really gave me a focus, and it's the first year I've done this. So that's the other thing I'm going to be thinking about, is a word for the year. It just gave me focus, and being generous has been amazing. I mean, giving to others just feels fantastic, and that's why at the start of the year I gave some ad revenue and then topped it up with some cash from Dave and I to Red Cross for the bushfire appeal, and excited to be giving it to Panda at the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to having another word for the year. Do you do a word for the year? If so, of course, I'd love to hear what your word was this year or what it's going to be next year. The other thing I'm planning to do between Christmas and New Year that I wanted to share, because you may want to do it too, is to actually write down what you're grateful for in 2020. With the pandemic, it certainly stripped away a lot of the busyness, being in lockdown, and I really found that I could focus on my family and what really mattered to me. I've just looked at the time, and I better get hurrying because it always takes me longer, obviously, when I'm talking and trying to film. So I'm just going to smash out some rapping motivation with fun tunes for you. Let's do this.
Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I'm making plans for what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you.
If you've got little ears around, they probably don't want to hear this. So here's your kind of warning. I'll put an ad here, and then when I come back, I'm going to be talking about stocking stuffers. So as I shared in my Christmas activity video, one of the things I like to do each year is take their handprints. Last year when I did it, I just had some items that I didn't wrap that I just popped in here, and I'm going to do the same again. And I was actually talking to a work colleague who said that she has always just used a pillowcase, and she's got 3 kids, and she puts all their items in there and doesn't wrap them. And she said it actually makes Christmas less stressful, because you know, her friends would be like, oh, I've got to go home all night and wrap all the presents, whereas she's like, it's all done. So it reminded me to make sure that stocking presents just aren't wrapped. I'm going to wrap the ones from Dave and I, but not the ones from Santa. So in here I'm going to be putting a drink bottle and some silicone straws and some puppets and this kinetic sand. So there we go. And then for our 1-year-old son, he's going to have a drink bottle too. He's going to have his washable markers if they fit. All right, that's it. Better take that off, but I actually don't think it's a bad thing to have a little bit poking out, then you'll know to go through it. So, don't need to wrap those. I've got to share a funny story. Have your kids found any of your presents? So, with the Tigger, I deliberately got a click and collect from Target so that our daughter didn't find it. But when I was getting it out in the bedroom, what I didn't realise was that she was in the playroom, so she could look through the playroom window and look into our bedroom window. So I had no idea, and I hadn't even seen her. But afterwards, she made this comment like, where's the friend gone? And I was like, what? I said, oh, what do you mean? Like, and she goes, the friend, where is it? I was like, what colour's the friend? Because she calls Winnie the Pooh, who we gave her last year, her friend. Anyway, she goes, where's Tigger? And I was like, oh. So I quickly thought on my feet and was like, oh, it's actually from your brother. He's giving it to you as a present. So you're going to have to come with Mum, and we're going to have to find a present for him. Phew. And she hasn't mentioned him again since. I'd love to know in the comments, share your stories. Got a little hole here so we can just rip it open. And then I just thought the fun of Christmas morning is coming out and there being so many presents. So I think I'm going to pack them up and just put one present out for each kid from Mum and Dad, and then I'll put the rest out Christmas Eve. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you've got all your presents wrapped. Bye.